Basically, the story is about Mateo Cruz, who lives with his wife and with his grandfather. And the day they are celebrating the grandfather's birthday, he has a heart attack. So he needs to find money for an operation, really expensive operation, and they are not wealthy. So he needs to go with a narco trafficker who they met jail. You start to discover their past. They were in jail together, so they could make this eccentric plan, which is traffic cocaine from Tijuana to San Diego on pigeons, with ¿cómo se dicen? Palomas mensajeras.
Pigeons.
There's pigeons, like messenger pigeons.
There's a term. Yeah, there's a term.
There's a term that we don't remember, but anyway. And then the point is that then the pigeons, after some trips, they get confused and go back to Mateo's house, but much of them are just get lost. So the narco trafficker thinks he has stolen his coke, and he gives 5 days only for him to be paid $200,000. So they are confronted to what can they do, and they decide to steal something that is going to be put all the that is going to transform Mexico and put all the country into a national disaster, and that's it. I'm not going to tell the end, obviously.
Mexico and ourselves, because I can even say that it's an ironic country. Things that happened in the country itself. That you see in the tabloids or in the news, they totally exceed fiction. So I wanted to bring it down, and to try to tell a story that it was closer to reality and things that are happening in our country. So, for instance, there was an archaeological artifacts stolen, and they were actually the oldest in the country, and they were just stolen from a museum like this. And the country went crazy. People, were really alarmed by this news. And then 2 years after, they were found in a locker room of an airport. So this was like, oh my God! I mean, this is like huge for the country, a piece of history, and it gets treated like this. But what I liked is the country reacted really strong to this, and I wanted to have some type of a story similar to this event. And I thought, what can be bigger than the image of the Virgin of Guadalupe? So I started to write a story about that, and that's what the story kind of began. Well, I've been directing for 18 years or 19 years, commercials, small documentaries for school and short films. And it was just my time, and I needed to do a feature film.
Producing, I've been producing since 2000, which is 9 years, but I've been in the industry as a technician for 15 years. So I began as a technician in the art department and production assistant director. I made 24 films as a technician, and now I'm producing my 6th film. So I'm a young producer, let's say. At first we met like 2 years before the production began, but I was not like part of the production. They had another producer. I just helped with some stuff, but then this producer was not coordinated, for so to speak, with Alan's idea. So basically they were a mess at the beginning, and they fired him. Alan and Javier, our partner, they decided to take this person out of the film. So I took the film on the second shooting, on the second week of shooting. So because everything was so complicated, it was such a big film with lots of person. I was telling Alan, I worked in The Mask of Zorro, with Banderas and Anthony Hopkins. We were 100 person in the main crew. Morenita used to have 105 when we began. It's a record, yeah. So we decided to stop the film, stop the shooting, reorganize everything. So from 100 we began 38, and a really small crew, and we became faster, no? So basically, what I did is enter onto the production, trying to move it from the big film into a light film, and try to put all the money in the screen. And from there, we have a really good collaboration, because my job was, I thought my job was just to make Alan focus on the actors and on the screen and not in production like he was before, no?